Greetings, Tenno. Let us get back into Blood of Perita. I've already done quite a bit of it myself in the break while I was doing other things. So we're going to do new missions. We need like 4 more. And this should be about the right timing for doing the 4 more. So we're going to do the capture mission. That should be very quick. The interception will take a little bit longer.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Found the target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
There we go.
Mission complete. The captive has been
They've
spotted.
already gotten the captive.
Well done.
So quick. Where are we going? Going this way. And up. Come on, dude. There we go.
Mission complete. Tenno.
Capture number 1. As you can see, I've also switched weapons. I finished ranking up those other 3 weapons that we were doing in the last stream. And now I'm ranking up to 3 new weapons. All right. Our second mission is going to take a little bit longer. That's the interception. And personally, I will be very glad to stop doing these. There have been a lot of these. Not just on on this account, but also on my main, who has literally bought out the entire Marks of Valor Valiant's store. I mean, he's gotten all of the stuff.
Communication towers.
We're just going for arcanes here.
Remain in control long enough to decode incoming messages.
Is there anybody here? It looks like I'm taking B. Somebody should take A. There we go. Bleeding out. Who's down? Burning Tradesman is already down. I want to go out as soon as I finish collecting this.
This tower is ours now. Tower lost.
Where is he? I can't even find him. There he is. Come on, let me... There, I can revive you. Finally. He's left that area. He doesn't want to deal with that area at all. Can't blame him that much. Do we have a frost? I think I have a snow globe around me.
Enemy have captured a tower.
They captured D, but there are people active there. Multiple people. I'm not going to leave B.
We are in total control. Keep fighting. We have lost control of a tower. We have lost control of a tower. Tower online. Tower lost.
Where am I conflicting? Oh, somebody is about to be hunted. It might be me.
Enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it. Enemy have captured the tower. The enemy is dominating. You must capture a tower, and quickly.
Oh, we lost Bravo. All right, second wave. Here we go.
Try and capture another signal. Be careful, though. The enemy has surely rallied stronger reinforcements.
Nobody wants D. Whoa, hello.
You have captured a radio tower.
Oh, we got another bleeding out, but somebody's going over there, so I'm not going to go.
We have control of all 4 towers.
Where did you go?
Tower lost.
He's bleeding out down there again. But somebody's reviving him.
We are dominating. Keep it up. The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
Where are you?
The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
C's about to get slammed.
We are in total control. Keep fighting. We have successfully decoded the message. Clear the area. collected here today will go a long way in supporting our cause.
Oh, we didn't quite rank up the 3 weapons with that one. Came close. Got another 333,000 money. We really needed the money. So we got to capture next. This is much easier and faster. Oh.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity of mine. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
Hello, people. You can come up here. Where is our last guy? Oh, way over on the other side of the map.
Another job well executed.
Ow. Okay. And one more. Here we go. Exterminate. This should be quick.
The tower's neural sentry is operational. I'm picking up multiple threats, all under Orokin control. Wipe them all out. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Sentry has turned these soldiers into mindless attack drones. You need to take them out.
Upstairs. don't see any down here at all. That suggests that the exit is this way. Yep.
Stay focused.
Which way? This
Enemy
way.
unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
And here we are. Ah!
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Okay.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Now we have ranked those up to max rank. Those 3 weapons are done. That's 18,000 mastery ranking points. Okay, let us see if we can properly finish off this whole thing with what we've got. Demos. I may have made a miscount, but we'll see if I've got the count correct.
Do come along. You are needed. I pray these eyes will one day look upon Lua again.
They will, Leo.
Oh, what I would not give for a real meal for once.
Okay. Exchange the marks of alliance. There's a lot of other things we could have gotten here. Mostly decorative. Although the Seti Lacera blueprint and the Basmu blueprint would be nice to have. Okay. So let us take a look here. We have our full Arcane Fury. We have our full Arcane Arachne. We own 21. I didn't actually rank them up. So we have everything we need there. We have everything we need here. We only have 19 arcane healings. We need the last two. We need 2 of them, not 3.
For whom are these intended? To commemorate
Okay.
victories
We have 2 arcane resistance, so we need 19.
assigned to those who wander near danger?
Okay. We have our full arcane tempo. We have 1 arcane consequence, so we need 20. We have no arcane momentum, so we need the full 21. We have no arcane ice, so we need the full 21. And we only have 1 arcane warmth, and we do not have everything we need for that. We need 1 more mission to finish this off. Darn it. Okay, I thought we were done.
Sometimes I wonder if
I also wouldn't mind getting this stance forma,
if I would not
but
easily forgotten so much when Entrati
frankly,
serum into my throat.
so we need another 14 times 2 is 28. So we need 28 more, which means we are not done yet. Close, so close. Okay. Alrighty. Well,
Good. I was getting. Don't leave me with them. I might actually go mad.
let's exit the Sanctum Anatomica. Alrighty. Well, in 45 minutes, we'll have 2 more missions that we can do, and that should give us enough. Meanwhile, let us go and rank up the arcanes we do have. Okay, arcane acceleration we have. Upgrade. Upgrade. Okay, arcane agility we can rank up. All right, arcane awakening we can rank up. Do not mistake me. This is a huge thing for us in terms of power. It would take us a very, very long time to collect these arcanes otherwise.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
Okay. Arcane consequence we could rank up. Okay. Arcane deflection we can rank up. Arcane eruption we can rank up. Arcane Guardian, we can rank up. Some of these things we bought the last time, and we just hadn't ranked them up. Actually, quite a few of these things we bought the last time. Arcane Healing. And healing is very good if you're going up against something that does radiation damage. Okay, Arcane Ice is the same thing for heat. Arcane Momentum, if you're using sniper rifles, this is a huge thing when you do a critical hit. I'm going to put this on my Trinity for Eidolon hunts, because we're going to use sniper rifles. Okay. So when we fire at the Eidolon, okay, our reload speed will almost certainly, after multiple critical hits, we're going to get 3 or 4 shots. If we get 2 critical hits, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to get a much faster reload. So that will be huge for Eidolon hunts. I think there are a few other hunts where you'll want to have a sniper rifle as well. Hunhullus would be great for a sniper rifle for the same reason. In the old piece, which we did do earlier. If you're good at blocking, I don't know if I've ever shown how to block, but blocking is a thing here. If you're good at blocking, this could be a very useful thing. I'm terrible at blocking. I often don't even remember blocking is an option. And honestly, given how much stuff there is on the screen most of the time anyway in the late game, I'm not certain you can even see to block, but maybe you can. Arcane Precision. Again, if you're good at headshots, this makes a really good thing to have. If you're great at aiming, you want to have something that can do headshot stuff. Arcane Resistance is toxin resistance. It's really useful. Toxin is one of those things that can go straight through shields. So that could be a huge thing. Arcane Resistance is almost as important to me as Arcane Nullifier. If you have a Warframe that you're not sure what to put on it and you don't really need the energy, Arcane Resistance and Arcane Nullifier. Nullifier will get rid of the magnetic status effects. So between those two, okay, it will make you really, really resistant. Okay. Not as important on certain other Warframes like Valkyr. When you've got your 4-up, you're immune to status effects. Makes it really nice. Arcane Strike. When you hit something, you get a chance to do faster attacks. It's really kind of useful. So this could be very useful, for example, on Valkyr. Every time you hit something, okay, you get to hit faster. There's a point where you have no control. I'm hitting as fast as I can with Valkyr, so maybe it's not that useful. Literally, I'm attacking as fast as possible. I can't hit the E key any faster when I'm using Valkyr. And during some of those missions, those interception missions we were doing, I was having so much trouble controlling the movement that I literally stopped trying to move or slide. All I was doing was hitting the E key and letting the attack, move me in the direction I wanted to go, slowly, because that was the only way I could control it. Arcane Trickery. This is when you do finishers. Well, Valkyr hasn't been all that great for finishers, but other Warframes can do them. Okay. This is a chance to become invisible when you do a finisher. If you do a lot of finishers, could be really useful. When you're invisible, you gain stealth affinity from kills. And additional damage also from attacks, because they can't see you. So that could be of use there. We have oh no, we don't have extras of that because I haven't ranked it up to 5. Very important to check. Arcane Velocity. This one is great. Whenever you do a critical hit, you get the faster fire rate for pistols. So if you're a pistolier, this would go great on your Reli, who relies on their pistols, already gets a big critical bonus to their secondary, their pistol, and also gets speed fire rate for this. So this even ups your fire rate even more when you do a critical hit, and then you're using your Reli. You're going to do a lot more criticals with your pistols. So it just really works well with that kind of thing. That said, there are lots of ways you can play all of these. That's why we have the options. I really highly recommend people experiment with them, because that's how you find out how things work. Is through experimentation. Here's another headshot kill one. This one is a headshot. If you do a lot of headshots, okay,
Time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
You get to do health regeneration. So this could help you keep you alive just by doing headshots. And these arcanes are kind of critical for doing late game builds. In particular, Steel Path, which we haven't really touched yet, but the reason we haven't touched it is we need to. I think we need still need even more stuff than we have before we're ready for that. Arcane Warped, we only have 8 of. I'm going to upgrade it as best as we can. All right, so we have 2 left on that one. Okay. Oh, excuse me for a second. I have to adjust my chair. There we go. I'm sitting a little more comfortably. All right, so we need more Arcane Warmth. We're going to need at least 2 missions to do that. Let me adjust my mic. It's pointing in the wrong direction now because my chair moved. And tilt that up a little bit. There we go. All right. So, since we have a little bit of time, we're waiting for one more of those missions to come up. We have one. There's a second one we need. Okay. We have a lot of this stuff. These two are not part, unfortunately, of the event. Okay. But if you notice, we made a slight boo-boo here and bought a couple of extra arcane tempos. Okay. Now, what can you do with extras of arcanes? I'm going to show you that right now. All right. So if we go to the Sanctum Anatomica, and we've gotten an Honoria for getting arcanes to rank 20. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to go to Lloyd.
I was trained to assist Archimedeans, not warriors or animals, but I shall do my best.
Okay. Arcane Disillusion is a way to dissolve arcanes and to get random arcanes in their place. Now, you notice there are a bunch of different collections here. Okay. So we have been getting things from the Eidolon Arcane Collection. Okay. If we click on it, I don't even know we can see the whole list. But I can't even scroll it. Okay. Because there's so many of them. Okay. We can get arcanes from all these other things. Okay. Some of these are really, really useful ones, like the Holovania ones. The Ostron ones could be very useful. The steel ones can be useful. All of these have their uses. Okay. And if you look, okay, there's just a lot of different arcanes. They can be gotten in different ways. The Kavia ones include the melee ones. Okay, so this is where you would get melee arcanes. And there are 3 types. There are uncommon, rare, and legendary. Legendary doesn't come out very often. You have to get a lot of these, and they are random. Okay, but how do you get phosphor? Well, the best way you get phosphor is you dissolve arcanes. Okay. Now, we happen to have a whole bunch of individual arcanes that we do not want to get rid of. Okay, most of these are, we just have 1 or 2, or we don't have it ranked up. You can't dissolve a ranked up one, but we did buy those 2 extra arcane tempos. So I can dissolve those 2 for a grand total of 28 phosphor. Okay, and I will do that.
A splendid result.
Okay, so now we have some phosphor. Do we have enough to buy one of these? No, we need 200. Okay, phosphor, this is the primary way of getting it. When you start maxing out your arcanes in one category, like Eidolon ones. Okay, these are all things that would drop normally from Eidolons, which is why we are getting such a huge, huge bonus from getting these. These can be gotten from the quills in Cetus for quill standing. So if you do Eidolon hunts, you can gain quill standing pretty easily. You can buy these up. We've already done some of that. And we're going to do more of it. Okay. The Solaris one is what we can buy from the Little Duck in Fortuna. Again, for Vox Solaris standing. That one we haven't done much with yet. But we've done some with that. It has to be really ranked up high before we're done. So both of these we can get from ranking up. The Necrolisk ones, these ones we've been getting by doing, we've gotten a couple of these because we have done isolation vaults. So we can continue to do isolation vaults to get these. Okay. And this might be another way of getting more of them if we want one. We'll cover the holdfast later, how you get those, because we haven't gotten to that yet. Same thing with Holovania. We haven't really gotten to that one yet. Those two collections are available, but they are not... we don't have we haven't done the things that would get them that. Deviri... Honestly, I have never had a Deviri drop an arcane, but apparently you can get arcanes from Deviri by running the various Deviri things. And then there's the Cavia. We haven't done anything with the Cavia yet. The Cavia are Lloyd and his 3 animals here. And we rushed through this whole thing because we were in a rush to get to the old piece. So we'll come back and do more of that later. So there's a whole lot of arcanes. There's a whole lot of ways to get them now that we have access to Lloyd. We can start dissolving arcanes to get other arcanes. It is still a random pick from the collection, but it can be very effective to do this, especially when we start getting Vossra from other sources as well. So... now that I have shown you that, okay, the other place we can get arcanes from, once we rank up our Cavia standing, is Bird 3 will have, at rank 5, a, where is it? There it is. Some arcanes that we can purchase right here. These are purchasable for standing, but we have to be pretty high ranking in order to get them. In addition, and I don't see it here, possibly because we haven't unlocked it yet. Let's see if it's in the miscellaneous. He sells Eidolon lenses for a lot of standing. Okay. He sells a variety of necromech things, so we're going to be able to get a lot of nice stuff from him. One thing that it doesn't show here is an Archon shards. He will have 1 Archon shard to sell for a week. And later there'll be other ways of getting Archon shards. But we haven't even started doing Archon hunts. I think we need to unlock those before we can get the Archon shards from him, and we're not high enough rank anyway. So if I exit, so go to navigation really quick. Archon hunts here require us to complete the Veilbreaker quest. In order to once we start that, we can start doing 1 Archon hunt a week to get an Archon shard. We can get a second one from Bird. Okay. We can usually get one from another quest, the Hex, later on. Once we have done that quest, we can get 1 Archon shard a week. They are additional ways to rank up your Warframe. Let's see, what else is of importance here? Let's see, anything good on the invasions? Field run, we can get field run once the invasion ends. I have done a number of arbitrations. I have not covered that. Okay, so this is still, we've 17 minutes before we get the next one. Let's quickly go over that. So I'm going to go to a relay. Because we have not done anything with that yet. So while I was on my Christmas vacation, I did several arbitrations. Mostly survival. Because survival was is in my opinion the easiest of the things. Defense is also a good one to do. The thing about defense is the defense target is not stationary. The defense target is a person, and you have to keep him alive. So he will move around, and sometimes he moves in ways that you don't want him to. Won't that be annoying? Hold on for just a second. All right, so sorry about that. So in addition to the usual things, we can go to the arbitration honors vendor here.
You have come to collect honors earned through arbitration.
Yes, we have. Notice I have now 73 Vitus Essence. 73 Vitus Essence is a good thing. It lets us get more mods. Now we have preparation and we have, where is it? Adaptation, and a couple other ones here. Some of these we have gotten from the actual arbitration. Okay. And I'm not going to get any more of these rare mods. There are arcanes we can get from here. Once we get all these arcanes, this is where we get some of the arcanes that we don't have access to right now is arbitrations. Okay. We have a few of them. Again, these can drop from arbitrations. So we have some already. What does not drop from arbitrations, okay, are the decorative things, obviously. This is the only places I'm aware of that you can explicitly get an arc gun ribbon mod, but it's possible that Paladino on Iron Wake can give us those. What we're here for are the galvanized mods. This is where we get our galvanized mods, and we can get 3 of them right now. And I'm going to go do that. Now, there are 3 types. There's shotgun types. There's 1, 2, 3 for shotgun. 1, 2, 3 for 2 for rifle. 2, 3 for pistol. No, there are 3 for rifle. And then 3 for melee, which are just in a different. They're not in order. Okay, so there are 3 for each type of weapon. Okay, basic type of weapon: shotgun, rifle, pistol, melee. Okay, galvanized steel. So we have been doing a lot of stuff. We did the version of the critical chance on Valkyr's claws using the Umbral version of True Steel, which got us to 125% crit chance. Okay, it can go up to 140%. Okay, when it is combined, maxed out, and combined with the other Umbral melee mod. This one gets you almost there. So true steel is 120%. Galvanized steel is only 110%. Okay. But here's the difference. Galvanized steel, every time you kill something with your melee weapon, it gives you plus 30 critical damage for 20 seconds. And that can go up 4 times. Okay. So you can get another 120% critical damage. Okay. And if you're killing a lot of things like Valkyr is in those interception missions, okay, that's a lot of extra critical damage, especially when you start getting into, you've got an orange crit, that's 120%. When you got when you get a yellow crit, it's 120%. When you get an orange crit, that's going to be 240% extra critical damage. When you get a red crit, it's going to be 360% additional critical damage. So it's really useful. So we're going to get that as our first one.
These honors were well earned, Tenno.
Now, here's another interesting thing. Okay. Galvanized reflex is how you increase combo. Every time you kill, you're going to get 20 plus 20 initial combo for 20 seconds, and you can get up to 80 additional. So this is a way you build up your combo ridiculously fast. The other way you can do things here is Galvanized Elementalist. When you get a melee kill, you get status chance increase. Okay, this will become much more useful when we start focusing on status builds, which we will be doing when we start looking at Steel Path. I don't know if I want to get either of those right now. For a rifle, headshot, I'm not a big fan of headshots. Okay, multi-shot though. When you kill with Galvanized Diffusion on a pistol, you get more multi-shot, and it can be up to another 120% multi-shot. That's almost double the damage and shots and chances of criticals and all that stuff. Okay. Galvanized shot is the status version of that. So this is basically the version here, and the rifle ones and the shotgun ones kind of are similar. But all 3 of them have multi-shot ones. And the multi-shot ones, to me, are the best ones out of the bunch. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Galvanized Chamber here. And I'm going to take Galvanized Hell here. Eventually, we're going to do arbitrations and get all of these. Okay. But those will, and now here's the other issue. That's going to take a lot of endo and a lot of money to rank up fully to make these useful. Okay. So, and we're probably going to have to build some forma, because look at that, 16, cost of 16, cost of 16, cost of 12 for that one. That's not bad. It's the same as what the Paracesis currently is using with sacrificial steel. Okay. We now have 13. I'm going to save those because we need, obviously, to do more arbitrations, but we're getting better at doing them. Between Nova and Valkyr, we have 2 very, very strong Warframes that can handle, survive almost everything. Okay. Almost. I'm not going to say they can survive everything. Because I have had Nova die on me in surprising ways, usually. Usually it's because something is causing a certain type of damage at a high enough rate that it hits your health without hitting your shields. I've had the same thing happen with Revenant. When Revenant had... Revenant is one of those energy ones. If you can get his 4 to stay up constantly. Okay, if you can get enough energy to keep doing that. Okay, he's almost immune from everything. But if he runs out of energy, his 4 goes off suddenly. He's vulnerable for a brief period of time and can die. And I've had that happen. I've also had him take damage when he's in his 4. He's not completely invulnerable. Same thing with Valkyr. Valkyr's maybe a little harder. If Valkyr has energy problems at the beginning, as happened in that nightmare mission, for example, where I couldn't actually use my for very long. Okay. And I couldn't build up my melee damage thing over 150. If he's over 150 and he gets lethal damage, he revives automatically. But if he's under 150 on that counter, then maybe not so much. We're not perfect on death. I would say Valkyr's probably the strongest one, and I'm going to make one change to him to make him even better. Which reminds me, let's go do that. All right, now that we're done with the arbitrations. So we bought our arbitration mods. And we've got 7 minutes before the next thing is going to come up. I'm going to do one more thing here. We're going to go take my Valkyr, come in here, go to upgrade. And you notice I was trying to figure out what to put in here, and I put adaptation in here because that gives him a little bit more resistance to other things. Well, that's not as important as preparation. I'm going to put preparation in instead. Okay. Preparation will give us a lot more energy at the very beginning. Benefit of that is by putting in a lot more energy at the very beginning, we can put on our 4 and put on our war cry, and without having to worry about energy at the very start of the mission. And if we take Valkyr into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught or Sanctuary Onslaught, Valkyr will get this energy in every single zone. Okay. So huge benefit for a couple of situations. I think preparation is a better choice. And if I wanted to, actually, I don't want to purchase. The heck with it. I'm going to purchase it. All right. So I'm going to put preparation actually up here in the Exilus slot, and that gives, because we have so much extra space right now. And I will put the
combination of heightened dopamine levels and a terrible memory. You're welcome.
I will put back my adaptation here. So now we have preparation in addition to adaptation. I forgot that was an Eximus thing. We can, if we wanted to, do some mucking about to put, we could put Umbral Intensify on, but that doesn't really help us right now. If we had Prime Flow, or if we had some other things, I would put them on here, but we do not have them to put on here. So there's not a lot more I would want to put on here right at this instant. At least not yet. We have Prime Flow. If I had this maxed out, I would wholeheartedly stick this in place of the Flow. Just to give it even more energy. But I don't want to spend either the endo or the money to max it out right now. or even increase it above 6 or 7, which is probably where I would start it. Unless I got a legendary core. But that's another matter entirely. We're going to leave it like that. So we've got preparation now on Valkyr. That will make Valkyr much more survivable. I don't know if we're using this on anything. Let's see. Can I rank it up at least one more? We're using it on Revenant right now. So I would have to take a look at Revenant before I rank that up and maybe format Revenant. If you notice, there's my Revenant. Revenant could definitely make use of a Forma or 3. That would be a very useful thing to put on here, is a couple of Forma. Because we only have 2 on it right now. Oh, but we don't have, what we don't have is Arcane Energize. I thought I put that on there. Okay, we definitely want to have that. Oh, no, I did that on my main one. Yes, that's an important one to have. We'll show you. I'll eventually. This Arcane Energize, basically, preparation lets us use his spin to win the Danse Macabre. Arcane Energize lets us keep it up a lot if you're killing things. So that makes Revenant that much stronger. Let's see. All right. Actually, let me go back to the loadout and switch back to Valkyr. And let's pick out 3 new weapons to do on these last 2 things. Okay, so we have the Cernos that we haven't done anything with. Let's go ahead and work on that. The Cernos is a bow with a very high crit chance, and can get away with Serration. It uses, bows use apparently my rifle mods. Don't ask me why. Because of its crit chance, I'm going to give it point strike. Okay. And that just massively increases that. And then we have 5 more available that we can throw. Oh, I don't know. Not much. I could put a 10% multi-shot. Nah, it's not going to do much. How about 20% critical damage? There we go. That'll work. That works for this particular weapon. And then the Viper we can replace with let's look at the Bronco Prime. I don't think I've ever had. I might have done. Well, I might have done Bronco Prime on my other one. Okay, Bronco Prime for a prime weapon. Look at these stats. This is terrible. Okay, all right, not a very good thing. But I believe there's an Incarnon for it, which could be useful later on. We'll throw the typical Hornet Strike on there. There is no point in looking at crit or status on it. So I'm just going to put some 60% electricity is cheap at 7. And that gives us 2 that I can throw. I don't know. Not gonna do that. Put a little extra impact is what it uses. There we go. Put a little extra impact on it. Okay. And then in place of the Ninkandi, we're going to put the Gram. And that one, which looks ridiculously big. If we can have a stance, we happen to have Cleaving Whirlwind. I'm going to use that. Oh, neither one of these stances. This stance actually matches the polarity. So, boom, boom, boom. Apply the fusion. So put Rending Crane on there. Okay. And then that gives us a little bit of extra. This one doesn't have particularly great looking stats. Okay. But is another one of those that is useful for building another weapon. So we're just going to throw on it Pressure Point to get more melee damage. And we'll put some cold and fire on there. So we have blast damage. Okay. And you may notice that I've also gotten blast damage on my Valkyr Talons right now. The reason for that is we actually did, when I was doing the Nightwave stuff earlier,
Now, just in case somebody is doing all this out of the kindness of your heart.
one of the hourly ones was gas, but another one came up with blast. So in the morning, earlier today, we did the gas one, and then at while I was just starting up again, they had blast come up. So we did that. So we've done all the hourlies. Isn't that wonderful? And if I could kill the Profit Taker, we could have an extra 15 Nora's credits, or do any of these. But I'm not likely to do these this week because there's just a limited amount of time. All right, so we have 2 Blood of Perita missions. I'm going to go do them quickly, or try to do them relatively quickly. Oh, that's the bow. I was like, what am I wearing that has those little up things? That's the bow. Interesting bow. Okay. All right. So we're going to come over here. We have a capture and a mobile defense. Capture should go very, very, very quickly.
Here on a capture mission, you must find, capture, and extract our target. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, yeah, I don't even need to worry about it. I can just put Warcry up. Now that I got preparation on it, it's like I'm maxed out at the start. Where is he at? Oh, up there is he?
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Up, upstairs. And we're done. What's he using? Opticore Vandal. Very good weapon. All right, where's our last guy? Oh, that's not even him. That is him. Wait, that's not him. That is the... Both of those are using... So one of them is using the Super Manual and one of them is using an AX-52. Okay.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh, my fingers. I have been doing too many of these missions. My fingers will be very glad when I get back to a normal schedule. Okay. And last, not Avoid Fisher, last but not least, hopefully the very last one of the Blood of Perita missions, or Perita. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's Perita. I've heard the Digital Extremes people Perita and Perita. Both of them, both pronunciations have been used on the primetime streams. So I do not know what the correct pronunciation is.
This is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads
Really?
and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared
Oh,
for
wow.
resistance.
Where are we going?
I can't do this without
Going up here.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Ah.
Location reached.
You know, it helps if I don't get... Somebody sped me up, I think. Yeah, we got a Volt. And I was getting stuck in the geometry. I don't think I'm going to... Oh, God. And this is another reason I don't like Volt. Oh, so much better now. You can backflip to turn off Bolt speed. I find that takes longer to do than waiting it out.
Continue to defend.
Why did somebody leave the squad, I wonder? That's interesting. Probably because there was a Volt. Or maybe they got tired of waiting because they said, oh, it's a mobile defense. I don't want to do that. I don't know what happened there.
Terminal hot. Keep moving.
I'm going to let our Volt take it. Or he's already done so. Where the heck is the terminal?
And prepare.
This way.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Still working on it. Continue to defend.
One punch. You could call him One Punch Man, but it's not One Punch Man. It's a girl, so Valkyr is just. Where are we going? That way.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
Up.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Keep getting nav coordinates while we're here. All important nav coordinates.
Stay focused. There's
I do not remember Valkyr making that little spin
continue to defend.
when in the past. But it is kind of cute. I will say that. I think it might be part of the stance, though. That's my guess.
The odds were against us, Tenno.
All right, let's get out of here.
Complete.
Up. And here we are, waiting, of course, for the third player. There we go.
Mission complete.
Oh.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Okay. So let me go back to Deimos, to the Sanctum Anatomica.
One must make the best of things.
And if you don't want to do the spin wheel, another way you can go is you can go to do it this way, and I can go straight to Ruth. And we're there.
Orokin royalty reduced to
Okay. So Arcane Warmth is the only thing we're missing. I have 2. I need 11 plus 4 is 15. So I need 13 of these. Okay. Which leaves me with 15. So we have the 16 that we need to finish. Wait, did I miss something? No, I have every one of these
how much
maxed out.
by Tenno? A question to which only soldiers know the answer. It comes to me just before
15. Let me just double check this. Okay. I need 4, 5, and 6, which is 15. Yes. Okay. So I have 15 left, which is just enough for me to get this stance form of blueprint, which I will. Okay. And that pretty much does it for Blood of Perita. We're going to exit the Sanctum Anatomica. Whew. And I'm going to take a look over here. We're 95,000 with Cephalon Suda, so we should probably spend at least 25 on here.
Curious about.
So I'm going to take this Balefire Surge. Okay. But I'm not going to go any further because we want to keep at least 2 spaces for it. Pretty much that's what we're going to be doing. We've got a lot of things that we've purchased, and we've got a lot of things that we still need to purchase. And in addition to all of that, we have these weapon stuff here. And here's the thing about these weapons. There's 5 weapons: the Corvus, the Decurion, the Velocitus, the Cygnus, and the Fluctus. We can get some of the parts from some of our things, but the parts are spread out amongst the syndicates, so it's a little hard to get them all. We're also, before we are finished with them, we really want to get not just everything. Oh, I just did this in the wrong order, didn't I? I got something that I wasn't supposed to get yet because we hadn't gotten to. Oh, we had gotten up to Hildren. Okay, so Balefire Search is just what the next one. So in addition to all of that, okay, those weapons and those mods, there are 3 weapons here that we're going to absolutely want to get. And we'll probably want to get all the rest of this stuff too. Notice this is another way to get 200 Vosper, is standing. Standing can be used after you've finished it up to get relic packs and Vosper and abyssal beacons, which are used for a certain type of Defixios mission, which we need those in order to get Vein Thorns in order to build Daggeth. This is the only way to do it, is to use abyssal beacons to do Defixios and to get Daggeth. So it's a pain in the neck. We'll worry about that at another time. But that's long away from us right now. So we're going to leave it like that. This hasn't gone over 75, so I'm going to leave it like that. And we're going to exit. We've used up our daily standing. We've used up our stuff. There is a possibility I could stream tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably not Thursday. Okay. I've kind of put aside the Prime Vanguard relics. Unfortunately for us, the Prime Vanguard relics are going to be going away. Let's go there real quick. So if you look at Varzia and you look at her wares, we've got 9 days and 15 hours. Okay. That puts us today is a Monday. That gives us Monday of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. It'll be Thursday morning when this ends. Okay. These will all go away once that happens. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do much of this after today. I'll be able to do some, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Okay. But most of our work on these will be on Monday after I get back and Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Okay. And I'm also working on these on my main account, and that one has priority. So I'm going to be spending a little bit more time doing that. What we'll probably end up doing is farming Aya and buying relics. Okay. And hoping that we manage to get the ones that we want. Okay. The parts relics, the ones that are not the Vanguard relics, but the other ones, the other, I think 16 of them, Okay. We'll briefly come back a month later for 2 days. I think it's 2 days. As a final chance to get the parts that you didn't manage to get. So we'll make a list of things that we need, and during those 2 days, we will probably get some more relics. But we're going to try and get what we can. We'll be getting a lot of Aya. Right now, we might have some Aya. I don't know if we have any right now. Equipment, inventory, Aya. I do not see any Aya in our list. Am I going to go by name? Yeah, we don't have any Aya currently. We've spent all of it on relics, so we have to go get more Aya.
When in cities, do not drink the kombucha.
Yes, we definitely need to get more Aya. Okay, so we do have some Archon shards, but we can't use them yet. These were given to us as part of completing something. I forget exactly which. And they will be useful later on when we get a chance to get our helmet and our Archon shard module for the helmet. So that stuff will come in later. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to that's a wrap on Blood of Perita. If you are doing Blood of Perita, you still have 13 hours to finish off what the missions that you have and get all of those arcanes if you have not already done so. 13 hours isn't a lot of time. That's going to bring us to 11 or noon Eastern time tomorrow. So good luck with that. 13 hours, you can get 26 missions in 13 hours. That's quite a few missions. They come up every half hour. So if you want to do 26 missions, that's 520 Marks of Valiance. You have that much time left to do all those. I wish you luck. I have done more than enough of those, and I am tired of them. So good luck with all that, and hopefully you took advantage of this mission. And if you didn't, my guess is it will come back around again in a year or so. You never can tell with these things. Sometimes the operations do come back. Sometimes they do not. Sometimes they come back in a different form. So there's a chance we might find that. Or, according to what I've heard, because I haven't run into many of these operations, because they happened all while I was away for the 6 years, those arcanes, those Eidolon arcanes, seem to be the sort of thing that they try to give out during those missions. So, good luck with those. And good luck with playing the game. And I will hopefully see you this week. Oh, one last note. Friday, Barrow Katir comes in. Friday, I will be on a cruise. I'll be on a cruise Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning. I get in on Monday morning. I will probably not be home before Barrow goes away. So actually, I think Barrow goes away on Sunday. That's right. So Barrow's going to arrive after I've already left for the cruise, and he's going to leave before I get home. We're going to miss him completely on this stream. I'm going to miss whatever he happened to have. Hopefully he didn't have anything that I really cared about. So, one can hope. and we will. That's why I'm not worried about farming stuff for orc and ducats. Although, as a part of doing all of the unlocking of relics that we are going to be doing in order to get the void traces we need in order to get the stuff that we want made radiant, we are probably going to have a whole lot of parts anyway for the Prime Resurgence. Tomorrow, I might take Valkyr into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught just to see what it's like, what Valkyr can handle, because that just happens to be, if you can handle 2 rounds of that, okay, that'll get you a Radiant Relic for every 2 rounds you stay. And the more you go, if you can go to 8, you'll start getting Axii Radiant Relics. You'll get them of all 4 types if you go 8 rounds. And 1 pass of that will get you your entire focus for the day. For your this used to be the way to do farming of focus. I'm not certain if Valkyr is a good choice. I'm going to try it with Valkyr. I'm going to try it with Nova, and then I will do it with Mirage, because that's where it should be, is on Mirage. Mirage should be a lot better with Arcane Energize and Preparation on her. So we are hoping that we'll be able to do ESO, maybe even solo, all the way to round 8. And start getting a lot of Radiant Relics. So that's the goal. We'll see what happens. Because we're going to need a whole lot of relics. If not, we'll do standard Sanctuary Onslaught. We know we can go to round 8 there, and we'll farm, I think it's Korra while we're doing that. So that's how we're going to get a lot of our relics, I think. As opposed to the typical Ukko and Hepit, but we might go back to Ukko and Hepit. We're going to need a lot of relics to open. Just saying. So, anyway, this is Steve, your Grumpy Old Warframe, signing off for the night, and I may see you tomorrow, and I may not. Good luck.